What's going on, guys? Danny Lanier Lawn Care. Today we are here with somebody that you may know, and if you don't know, you should go check her out, really. She is huge on TikTok. She is coming up in the industry on Instagram. Over 200,000 views on TikTok, or over 200,000 followers on TikTok, over 12 million views on TikTok, and it all started with a goat video.
Yeah.
And then it went to like cows, and then all of a sudden she started showing the lawn striping thing, and here she went. And now it's turned into jumping on the bandwagon with different challenges of, string trimming with edging and everything. I mean, it's turned into a huge thing for you. And did you ever see it going that way?
Definitely not. I'll tell you what. So the whole goat thing was, I had a pet goat growing up. We had a hobby farm, and so I did that for the heck of it. I wasn't really even on TikTok, and then I saw, actually it was Aldrich Lawn Care Landscapes, I forget what his name is. He posted a video of him vertical trimming a mulch bed, and it was like hundreds of thousands of views, and I was like, I do that every day. So I was like, I'm gonna post a video for the heck of it. And it was actually the second video I posted was me vertical trimming, and it got like 5 million views right off the bat. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then I have a friend who's a little bit more in touch with stuff, social media, and she was like, you can become an influencer, make money and all that. And I was like, well, that kind of sounds cool. But I mean, for a long time, it was really just a hobby. I enjoyed, getting to talk with people. I had a lot of people that would reach out and be like, hey, I really like your page. I've learned a lot, and, just connect with other people that do lawn care. So no, I did not even begin to think that it would end up where it is today. That's for sure.
So let's talk about, on Instagram, it's Beck the Beast. And on Instagram, it's Beck's the Beast. And on TikTok, it's Beck the Beast.
Yeah, so that just happened because Beck the Beast was taken on Instagram.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't a mistype or anything.
No,
gotcha.
It's a little bit unfortunate. And I was just thinking, not ideal that they don't exactly match up, but I started my friend came up with the username. It feels weird now telling people that. It seems very cocky and oh, I'm the best, and I'm just well, my friend came up with it, and I was like, sure, let's just roll with it. And we just talked about, I did not even begin to think it would end up where we are, so I didn't really even worry about it. So then when we went to start an Instagram page, I was like, oh, this username is taken, so we just went with Beck's, and that's what happened.
And that's how it came about.
Yes.
So, guys, let me tell you, if you haven't watched any of her TikToks or anything, I'm gonna have her send me some unedited or something. I'm gonna post them on this. If you're watching this video, you will get to see them. If you're listening on Lanier On Air podcast, well, I'm sorry, you have to go to the YouTube to check it out. But she could probably run, including myself, a lot of us under the table. And she's only 22 years old. Now, 23 years old. Okay, see, I'm totally wrong. Tell her to change her profile. So, what got you into lawn care?
So my brother and my sister-in-law started a company, and I just, at first I just go along for the heck of it. He'd mow a day a week just getting started, and then he got, more official, he got more clients, and I was maybe 14, 15 years old at the time, and we were homeschooled, so, we had a situation of you could do your school around other activities, so we're not limited so well, we're in a schoolroom all day, so I would just go to work with him for about 1 day a week, and then it started getting more serious, and I really, really started enjoying it, and I was like, I think I want to make a career out of it. So I really just got started because my brother had a company, and he was like, hey, come work for me, and I was like, okay. So
how long have you been doing this with your brother?
I think I started when I was around 16, didn't go full time until after I was 18, so now I'm 23. So, I mean, it just kind of depends, because like I said, at first it was kind of like whatever.
You've pretty much got your own rig that you go and pick up every day, and you do this by yourself? Or?
Yeah, so I work solo. There's two mowing teams. So I run one, and then there's two guys typically on the other mowing team. And
she probably does majority of the work out of all these. Probably gives them all to her.
I used to work with people, and just long story short, at one point we didn't really have someone to go with me. So my brother was like, "Well, go out, get done what you can, and we'll go from there." And we just kind of realized it didn't really take that much longer, because he does a lot of like smaller residential on the route that I have. So, if you have two people, you're kind of tripping over each other's feet. It's just, It's not as efficient. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, everything gets done how I want it to get done. And I know exactly what's going on. I don't have to worry about like, oh, do I need to go fan this off over here? Did they blow grass in it or not? So that's what I do. So yeah, I mean, obviously with running solo, then you have to do everything. So drive the truck and trailer to the property and mow and then string trim, fan everything off. So I think I do about 40 to 50 properties a week, depending. And I don't do the paperwork side of it. My sister-in-law takes care of all that. So I mean, I know a lot of the clients. They're really nice. They'll come out and they'll talk to me, but I don't see the office side at all. I go out and I do the hands-on stuff. And
you like it better that way, though. I mean, you don't have to worry about any of the maintenance side. I mean, I'm sure you help do maintenance. Well, you made videos of helping do maintenance or sharpening blades and stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah. So typically, like, what my day will look like is, we almost always sharpen blades every day. Obviously, if you open the mowers, you're just like run-of-the-mill stuff that you have to do in order to go out and mow. As far as like changing the oil and stuff like that, I personally don't do that. One of my coworkers will do it. If you need to change a tire or whatever. I know like some basic stuff. Like I'll check the oil, and I know how to air up a tire.
Right.
Like I said, just the basic stuff. But I don't have the headache of having to fix things. Not that I'd really even be capable, but any of the other stuff.
And so you know how to do carpentry and stuff too?
A little bit. That's definitely a stretch, but I do. My other brother owns a construction company, so when you go into the winter months and you're not doing snow removal, you need something to do, and I always get laid off because there's nothing to do. So I just maybe like 4 years ago, if I had to guess, kind of started working for him, because then you have the flexibility, and it's not like, if you work somewhere else, it's like, hey, the snow's fine, I have to go, or, you'll be out for hours on end after the snowstorm has actually ended. So he's really cool about it, and it's like, okay, if you can come to work, you can, and if, you need to go push snow, go do that. So it just really works out well. So I just, I help out where I can. Go get tools or whatever. It's, you don't have to be really smart to pick one thing up and carry it over there,
right.
So just basic stuff like that. I've definitely learned a lot, and it's fun learning. It wouldn't be my first choice of work, but I've gotten a little bit more into it, and it's great experience. It's good stuff to know how to do. So learning a little bit, very slowly.
So have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel? There's a lot of people out there that, man, if she started one, it would go crazy. Having the following you have as of right now, if you started a channel, you would automatically just explode, I believe, from the beginning. Is that something you've ever thought about doing?
Absolutely, yeah. So my whole thing is with working for my brother, I'm very limited as to the content that I can create. I get paid hourly, so I can't just be sitting here on my phone or setting up tripods or whatever else. So it's really, really difficult to make footage, and I try to make it work, but it's difficult. And with the YouTube, they are a lot longer videos. It takes a lot longer to edit, to record, to have like different angles. So I've definitely thought about it, and it's been something that I have wanted to do, and I have a lot of people like, hey, do you have a YouTube? When are you going to start a YouTube? And I was like, I'll get there. And YouTube is just not really something I watch. I started to a little bit more recently just to get to know influencers and just kind of really see what's going on, but it's like I said, the videos are a lot longer, and I don't know. I kind of get bored with it. I'm like, all right, let's move on to something else. That's why
it's easy to change the content when you're using your phone and doing the TikTok thing compared to the YouTube and having to focus on one thing for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Take that 30-minute video, make it down to 5 or 10 minutes, and go, okay, I don't like it, and then redo it all over again. Because, so yeah, I mean, I get that. I totally get. See, I thought TikTok was crazy when it started. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then I got bored over winter and started doing the Wipe It Down challenge and all this stuff and editing the video, and I got into it a little bit. So it really wasn't too bad, but I never I'm still focused on the YouTube thing. I'm more focused on the YouTube and Instagram compared to the TikTok. Maybe I'll get there one day, but it's just like, okay, I try, but it's hard because there's so many different platforms and so many things and so much going on during the season, like you said, that it just gets crazy out there. So, 23 years old, Pennsylvania. She's focused. Calm down, guys. Calm down. You're single though, right?
I am. Yeah.
She's single, but she is focused on work and God.
Sir.
And that is totally awesome. So your shirts.
I did, yeah.
So on her Instagram, they came just in time, I guess. But if you look, it's BTB, Beck the Beast. But look at the T, and I love it. It's like a faith cross.
It is, yeah.
And it's totally awesome.
Thank
totally
you. I
awesome.
appreciate it.
If you could say something to somebody, what would it be?
I mean, I would say, I don't know, just something that I try to focus on in my own life, and I think that has brought me a lot of success with my TikTok, is just like, do your best. You know, there's a lot of people that go to work just to have a job, and they hate every minute of it, or you know, even hobbies or relationships. I think so often people just do things for the half, and they don't put forth the effort, and that really bothers me, because it's like, well, if you don't like it, why don't you do something else? So for me, like, I'm actually starting my own lawn care company in the next spring, because
oh really?
Yes, sir.
Well, then you'll have time for that YouTube you were talking about.
But you know, it's been great working for my family. I learned so much. You know, I hope that, you know, they benefited a lot from the work that I put in. But you know, I kind of came to a point where I was like, I'm not as passionate about this. I do want to pursue the YouTube thing, and that'll give me the opportunity to, and just, you know, have that challenge.
Right.
So that's, you know, I recognize the fact, like, hey, this is great. It was great for that time of my life, and I'm not as passionate about it anymore. And I feel like my heart just isn't in it as much, so I want to go do something else. And so that's exactly
kind of
what
like
I'm
the saying, you can build somebody else's dream or you can build your own.
Yeah.
And it's nice to build your own, to know that if you fail, it's your fault. It's not somebody else's fault. So it puts a lot more pressure on you to start the company. But with the work you do, I don't think you'll have any issues at all. You do great work, by the way. You do fabulous work. I'm not just saying that. If guys, go check her out on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Like, look at some of the work she does. And you want to talk about running a trimmer. This lady right here can run a trimmer, and not only do it quick and efficiently, but to standards. Like, not just doing it to knock something down. Standards. Like, that's hard for a lot of people to do, and you do it with ease. It looks like ease. She does have a video. Let me tell you, Ferris guys, because I know y'all are going to want to know about this. The video that she's talking about, it's a big hillside. It's not very, 6 foot tall maybe. I don't know if you know even which one I'm talking about, but she's trimming the whole thing. And in the video, or in the TikTok, she says that if you have a mower that you feel will do this hill, please let her know. And I know the first thing that's going to happen is Ferris guys are going to go, my mower will do that, because that's what I was thinking in my head too. So go check it out and leave a comment and saying that, you know, your mower will do it, just to drive her nuts, I guess. So GIE 2021, first year. What have you? Was it everything you expected, or are you just ready to go home and be done with it? it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
It is a lot, and I've had an absolute blast, but I am exhausted, so in a way I'm ready to go home. I think I was expecting to see all the different equipment, and there were people that I've been like talking to online, like Ken Morris from Stripe, like just different people that I met online that we've been like in contact with, but it's nice to put a face to the name. And
right.
So I guess going into it, I was like, yeah, like I'll meet some people, but I'm mostly excited to look around. But I think meeting the different people, just seeing like influencers that are really famous and stuff, I think was really cool for me. So it is a lot for sure, but it's been great, and I'm definitely excited to come back next year.
So have you had a lot of people come up to you knowing who you are?
I don't know if I would say a lot. I want to guess maybe like 15 people have come up and said, hey, I watch your TikTok. I've had maybe like 5 people ask for a picture. So it was definitely a weird feeling. Like never would have I ever thought like, oh, I'm going to go to a huge lawn care event and have people recognize me
right.
from social. It's very humbling, and just, I respect the fact and I appreciate the fact that people even said something, I mean, how many people are just like, oh, I recognize it, I've seen other people like, oh, I saw them on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but I didn't really necessarily go up and say something just because, I guess I felt a little intimidated.
It gets better. Wait till you're mowing a property and people stop and go, oh my God, and they walk up to you while you're in the middle of mowing, just to stop you from what you're doing to say hi.
So last year, I think it was, I was servicing a property, and I did not have a lot of followers at this point, maybe like 50,000, it was a hobby. And it was a fertilizer company was there, and I was like, oh, hey, am I good to mow this? And whatever, we just talked a little bit. He's like, yeah, sure. So he leaves, and he makes a loop, and he circles back in his vehicle. I'm just like, what's this guy doing? He comes over and he's like, are you the girl from TikTok? And I was blown away. I was just like, no way this is happening right now. You are so confused. And he was like, no, I watch you on TikTok. And that was crazy to me. I was like, wow, someone just recognized me in public. So, I mean, I have that. I do have a decent amount of people that I maybe somewhat know, people from church, literally
right.
My worship leader, texted me, was like, no way, you're, famous on TikTok? Now she's, spreading rumors at church I'm, famous on TikTok and this celebrity. I'm just like, let's not get carried away here, but...
So when you made your post a while back, last week maybe, it might have been this week, last week, talking about you realizing that you've got 200,000 followers, you've got over 12.3 million views. That's 12.3 million people you've got the opportunity to reach out to about God. And I found that totally amazing.
I'll tell you what, it's terrifying. It's, I had someone reach out to me and they were like, oh, I wish I had a 10th of the followers that you have. And I was like, it's a lot of responsibility. I mean, to have, I get that it's TikTok and it might just be, short videos of me mowing grass or, me talking about, a piece of equipment or whatever. But at the end of the day, that's maybe 30 seconds to 3 minutes that I have to impact someone's life for
right.
better or for worse. So for me, when I have good months and I'm getting 14 million views, to me it's terrifying. It's wow, God has given me this platform and I want to do so well with it. And I want to lead people to Christ and people who already have that relationship with Him. I want them to grow closer to Jesus, just because it's, encouraging. It's encouraging
right.
to see other people walk, with Jesus. So it is, yeah. I mean, it's a big responsibility, I think, and just not really something that I want to take lightly. Like I said, I mean, there have been so many things that have happened that I'm like, that was such a God thing. It's insane. I mean, even just getting that many views, I'm like, okay, I know that's you, God. You can't tell me these things just happen. So
that's
sure.
awesome. That's totally awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when you did the shirt thing too. I was like, it's hard to, I guess it's not hard, but it's hard for a lot of people to back up what they say or back up what they talk. I mean, a lot of people can go out and talk about, yes, I follow God, yes, I do this, yes, I do that, but are they trying to help others do it? And then when you made the shirts, it blew my mind. I was like, wow, like she even had shirt like the tee. I was like, the first thing I noticed, I was like, that is so godly. Like that is so awesome, in my opinion. Okay, back to GIE 2021. Anything in particular that you has blew your mind or made you go, hey, when I start my company, I'm very interested in this or this? I mean, hopefully you're switching from steel to echo, but.
Honestly, I don't really think so, just because with working for my brother, he runs, certain brands and whatnot,
right.
So
dealer support's probably good around there.
I was going to say, so I kind of, I have an idea of what I want to do, and it's not like that I got here and anything absolutely blew me away that I'm like, wow, I really need to change this, and this is what I want to do. I mean, I've had these ideas for a while now of how I want to start my company, what equipment I want to use, so I don't really think so, no. It was just a really cool experience. I liked how you can go outside and like demo equipment. I mean, they have like all that dirt dug up.
Helps you see what's going right. Yeah. Whether you like it or hate it. I mean, you can't mow anything, but you can ride the mower around, get the feel for the suspensions and how light the front ends are going to be, things of that nature. Which, in reality, to me, a lot of people's like, oh, that's pointless, but that's a lot. I mean, if the front end's light and the deck is bouncing all over the place, if you're a big guy like I am, especially, then you don't want that mower because that means I got to go back and double cut something, and I don't like double cutting anything.
Yeah.
All right, Rebecca. So tell us a little bit more. Let's go more personal. When I say personal, it's not like crazy personal, but let's go more personal of what do you like doing? What's some of your hobbies? What do you do outside of work?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, recently I've been getting pretty involved with my church. I'm learning how to play electric guitar. I know like the basics, I know chords and stuff like that, but they have a really good worship team, and everyone's been super nice about it, so learning.
Is this going to be new TikTok videos? You playing the guitar?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We might venture out something other than.
Then you're going to turn into singing, right?
Yeah, I can't sing.
She's going to have songs for y'all for days.
No, I cannot sing. I made a lot of new friends there and just whatnot. So I find myself at the church a decent amount. I really like sports. Sports are really fun. It's hard to make the time when you work full time. And it's like, oh, it's at 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm not going to be able to make that. So it definitely gets a lot more challenging.
Can you play golf? Or try to play golf?
Golf is fun.
Okay.
I'm not good at it. I mostly just like driving them. That's like my favorite part. I'm not good at it, but it's just fun to like try to hit a golf ball as hard as you possibly can.
So she does guitars, green grass, guns, and golf, and like perfect.
Yeah.
Just goes on and on. Do you play any pool?
I like to. I'm not very good at it.
Okay, that's usually what everybody says. That's usually what everybody says. So next year you plan on starting your own company, possibly starting the YouTube thing.
Yep.
What made you, so literally just the whole thing with your brother is really what got you into wanting to do your own thing. And I mean, and it's nice to do that because then you take your own time. You're on your own time. So now I've got to ask, here we go. With you running your own company, what do you feel your biggest business expense is going to be?
I'm going to say buying a truck. I haven't even bought a truck yet. I currently drive around a Toyota Corolla. It's great. It gets great fuel mileage. And honestly, I was not planning on starting my own company. It really wasn't until maybe a year ago. I kind of, everyone told me I should do it. And I kind of thought about maybe that could be fun. So definitely a truck. And
is your brother happy for you? Does he know?
He knows, yes.
Oh, okay.
I told him a while ago because, before that,
He's sad to see you go, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, because I've had that question asked 6 times today. We talked about it, and I just, I told him, I have nothing but respect for you guys. I think you guys will obviously continue to do great without me. I don't want to be a competition or anything I have a lot of people take his clients. I'm not doing that. I signed a non-compete, but I wouldn't, even if I legally could. To me, that's just not cool at all, not something I want to do. So, you know, we talked about it a little bit, and I think he's okay. He's like, yeah, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, he's losing one of his workers. So
Right. And family. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just a worker; it's actually family.
Yeah.
But it's nice that he's willing to let you spread your own wings and fly and accept that. Especially losing somebody like you. Like, I mean, you probably do the work of two people. Like, easily. Like, if you work as hard as your TikToks show, you do the work of two people. Like, I'm out there lollygagging, and you're like 3 properties ahead of me probably, and I'm like, look, wow, okay. Let's just say it.
It is funny because I have a lot of people that are like, oh, like there's no way you work like that off camera. And I'm like, well, if I didn't do it off camera, how would I have the skill to do it on camera? You know, I just, like I said, for me, it's like what we talked about. It's like I wanna do my best. And, you know, a lot of, like I get paid hourly. That's another thing I get all the time. Like, oh, when you get paid per job. And I'm like, I don't. I get paid hourly, but I want to do my best. And I don't know, like there's at times, you know, where I'm a little bit more chilled if it's like 110 degrees out or, you know, whatever. But for the most part, it's like, hey, if I get done this property, I can do that property. And it's like, that's like what hypes me up.
So what kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, okay, so I've actually, so I like hip hop rap, but it's not all of it, 99% of it is ridiculously raunchy, and that's just not really something I want to be putting in my head. So I like the upbeat stuff, so like I'll listen to like some like Christian rap, like Lecrae, Andy Mineo, stuff like that. As far as, I would say like at work, I like to listen to podcasts while I mow and drive, and then I like a little bit more hype up music for like string trimming.
Right.
So kind of depends.
Something to hype you up to make you want to trim.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I know that's the least part there's some properties I really love trimming, and there's some properties I'm like, oh my God, I gotta find a song for this one. But I know after it's done, I get to mow, and I'm happy mowing. So you do this solo, so everybody's going to want to know, do you trim first and then mow, or do you mow and then trim, or does it depend on the property? Like,
So,
what is your preference?
There is one property where I will string trim before I mow, and it's not even the entire property, it's just a sidewalk out front, because there's a parking lot over here and a road out here, and you have 2 patches of grass on either side of the sidewalk. So when I mow, I virtually just blow all the grass in the sidewalk, because I don't want to go out to the road. It's just kind of a little bit cleaner than like putting it all over the driveway. But the grass just grows so fast there, and it's a really, like the grass is a lot higher than the sidewalk, so it's really deep edges. So when you blow so much grass on there, when you're string trimming, I can't even see what I'm doing, and I'm just like string trimming grass that's already been cut. So for that one property, I'll go out front and I'll do my vertical trimming, and then I'll hop on the mower and then I'll mow. I like to mow first because, you know, I'm very passionate about this actually.
All right, here we go. Y'all hang on for the ride.
So you know exactly what you can't get. When you string trim, I don't care if you've done a property like 100 times, in my opinion, I don't know, you may have like a vague
You know
guess,
you're going to have to come back to this video and start commenting on it, because there's going to be 500 people that say, I can do the same property 500 times, and I guarantee you I can use a string trimmer and then mow afterwards and not miss anything.
So when you use a string trimmer first, and let's just say you have it down to a precise, you know exactly how far out to like the inch. For me, I can't tell you how many times I've like mowed something and I've been like, oh shoot, I left a little skipper, or like I forgot that entire pass that's this wide. Like, I just do that with the string trimmer. Or, I mean, when you have properties that are uneven, I touch up properties all the time with the string trimmer to get it nice and even. If you string trim first, you're never going to be able to see that. So that's what I mean. If I had to push mow, I hate push mowing, but if there's a situation where like 2 properties are to push mow, I'll do the push mowing first just to get that out of the way, then I'll mow and then string trim.
String trim. So what's your favorite trimmer to use?
We run steel. So
what model?
94R.
94R.
Yep.
See, I think that is the most underpowered thing. I hate that trimmer. Everybody knows I hate that trimmer. Like, there's a video of me literally trying to start this trimmer, and I mean, brand new. Like, I don't care who. In my area, it seems like they just have trouble starting. And I hear other people talk about, mine starts first pull, and I'm like, yeah, give it time. But the 91, a lot of people love the 91 or the 111 R. The RX is lighter, but a lot of people like the 111R. And I didn't have any issues with the 111R. The 94R, I personally didn't like it. But she will tell you what the best striping mower is. It's Exmark, right? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I get this question all the time. What's the best zero turn? What do I need to buy? And it's exhausting to me because so much of it, I think, is just preference.
Yep.
You know, I mean, my brother runs Toro, so I'm so used to running Toros. It's what I'm comfortable with. But I mean, then you have, I mean, like I ran Hustler. I like Hustler. I mean, even just again going back to the preference, like the deck is centered on Hustler, which makes it way easier to strike.
Depends on where you're at in the country. Deck preference, deck width,
your dealer,
how the grass dispersal. There's so much. I tell everybody, I'm like, you have to go and demo. Like you can buy something because somebody else owns it. You may absolutely hate it. Live in the same area. But the biggest part is dealer. Your dealer support is everything. I give people a hard time for running steel, and I give people a hard time for running Skag or whatever. But if that's your closest dealer, you've got to get what works best for your company. I've got what I believe works best for my company. I can tell you all day, I mean, if I'm running it, that's what I personally think is probably best, or else I'm not going to run it.
Yep.
But a lot of people think that because we're influencers or something that we use equipment that, I mean, I'm trying to make my process quicker. I'm trying to be more beneficial and make more money. And I can't do that having a double mower property with a mower that I don't like. So I don't want to buy a mower I don't like. Like, who wants to do that?
Yep.
So, guys, we're going to end that. We're going to end it right here. And next year, I'm going to say during June, July, possibly, we're going to come back, and I'm going to reach out to you. We're going to see if you started your own thing, or if you did. We're going to see what happened. And if you did, we're going to come back and we're going to do a follow-up. See if it's everything you thought, what you think of actually doing the paperwork, the billing, actually running the business now, compared to just being the employee side of it, and things. So now all the pressure's on you to do all the paperwork, make sure your blades are done, your oil's done, like all of this stuff is going to be yours now.
Yep.
So I want to be the first to say, if probably not the first, but good luck. It really is, with your passion, I see no issues whatsoever. I think you will succeed totally 100%. So Rebecca, congratulations. I hope you follow through with your decision. If not, then I'm sure it's because God had other plans for you and led you in a different direction. So thank you for taking the time to meet up with me at GIE to do this podcast / video. It's a half video because I'm looking this way the whole time. But you could, maybe I'll cut myself out. Who knows? So maybe it'll be just like an interview where she's the only one in it and you don't even see me.
Boy.
So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And you're going to the influencer thing tonight. So we will see you there. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, if you are listening to Lanier On Air. And that's going to do it. So if you're on the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Danny is out. I will see you in the next one.